everyone, it's Devin and Coach Matt, CrossFit Control. This video is all about gym etiquette, so how we treat the equipment. We want it to last for a long time. A lot of times people come in, they're not quite sure how to handle the equipment, so this video is going to be to show you how to handle it. So the first thing I'm actually going to start with is these chalk buckets. We like the nice blocks of chalk. They're made to rub on your hands. They should go back in the bucket after class is over. They are not made to have weights dropped on them or for you to break up. They should be a whole block. You put it back in the bucket once you're done. The next thing we're going to talk about is barbell etiquette. So this is the one that we see the most. First off, we have an empty barbell. Matt's going to do a couple lifts for me. So he's going to pick it up for me. Now, when he goes to sit it back down, it should be library quiet. And so he's going to show us right now. Doesn't have to be that slow, but it was library quiet. What we're trying to avoid is dropping an empty barbell. Those bearings will break on the inside if they're dropped over time. And then the next thing we're going to talk about is when we have plates on the bar. When we're loading plates on the bar, whether it's 10s, 15s, 25s, or 45s, we always want to make sure we have collars on the bar. This will stop the plates from sliding off inside of a lift, and that's a safety measure. So I slide the collar on, I make sure it's locked in place. Now from here, Matt's able to lift. I'm going to do a couple deadlifts, just a couple deadlifts, yeah. And so he's going to lift and then touch the ground. Boom. Not too concerned. However, thanks Matt. A couple things when it comes to the plates. These are 15s on the bars. We have 10s behind it. If you have 10s or 15s, we do not drop those. They don't have inserts in them. They will taco and they'll end up breaking over time. You are allowed to drop a bar if it has 25s or 45s on it. What we do ask is you lower it at least to your shoulder before you drop it. So, and if you guys have any questions on that, just let us know. And obviously if it's a safety concern, if you're going to lose your balance or drop the bar on you, drop it, okay? Your safety is more important than the equipment, but we do want to try to make this equipment last over time. Next up, we're going to talk about storing the equipment. So you'll notice when you come into the gym, we have the barbell racks. Bars always go back where you find them. The men's are on the right side, the women's are on the left side, and the trainer's bars are hung up. The plates need to be taken back to the place that you found them. So 15s go up by the barbells, 10s, 25s, and 45s go on either side of the gym. For the dumbbells, this is the one we see quite often that they get mixed up. Again, if you put them back where you found them, they'll go back in the right spot. What ends up happening is if I take a 20 from here and I put it over there, it's no longer in the correct spot. We do want the weights going from 5 pounds all the way up to the 35 pounds on that side. The 40s and extra 35s go on the bottom, and then 50s and 55s are over here. Anything higher than 55 is stacked in the corner. Kettlebells go underneath. Ideally, they are stuck off of the mat when you restore them, and then the med balls go on these top shelves that look like the pull-up bars. Next up, we're going to talk about storing the rowers. And so these go over against the wall. When you store them, there's little parking spots already outlined. You're going to place them all up against the wall first, and then there will be spaces in between each rower. If it's done right, the next rowers go into there. As far as storing the actual rower, first off, we're going to fold the monitor back. If that's not done and you go to store it up against the wall, the monitor can actually break. I've seen that happen. So make sure you fold the monitor back and then store the handle towards the front. That will save the shock absorbers underneath and make them last a little bit. So you guys can see those two rowers are already parked. Matt is going to park the next one. Can you park it in between the two? Yeah. So you can see he parks it right inside of that red parking spot, saving us space. So jerk blocks. Oftentimes you guys use these for box jumps or step overs. They should be stacked back in the order that you found them. Now, the 12-inch boxes go on the bottom. From there, you're going to stack the 6-inch box. And I'm aware they are fairly heavy. If you need help, have someone help you. It's easier to stack them. And then from there, the topper goes on. Now, the topper always has to go on top because the top stoppers are in different spots. So, jerk block should always look like this at the end of the day. Next thing is the boxes. So boxes should be stacked like this, 4 down, 4 on top. If there's any extras, they can be stacked. Just don't cover up the thermostat. And the boxes also need to be off of the black mats. That helps with cleaning.